Since my childhood, I have been always concerned with figurative and pattern, because the learning we had in the beginning, I went to a Quranic school, and that's where we learned to write Arabic calligraphy and decorate our wooden slate with certain patterns. That's when I was very young, between the period of two years and 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so from that, because I only remembered that period. Later on, when I came to study in Europe, I returned home. Then I remembered that the thing which concerned me most was that period in particular.
Was it because calligraphy itself, it's a very, very long,
Yes,
non-ending
yes.
process in a way?
Yes, but I didn't realize its values until I came back, because apparently I remember when I came back from England to Sudan, and that was in 1957, and I had a show, an exhibition. People came for the first day, then they never came after that. I had another show, the same thing happened. The third time, the same thing happened. So I had to question, what's happening? Where has the heritage and the pictorial kind of experiences in their minds genetically have gone? And I found in the houses, in the shops, in the offices, everywhere, there's calligraphy and decorative patterns. And I took that as a base for working to discover what is in it,
Yeah.
and what potential it can give me out of it. So that's how it started. But referring back, then I remembered that that's what we used to do as children, as far as aesthetics and cultural values visually are concerned. I came to London in 54 till 57 at the Slade School, University College of London.
Yeah.
Finally, I came to live here in 98.
Oh, 98.
Yes, came to settle here.
Quite a number of years after your first trip.
Yes. Well, I had quite a lot of experiences at that time,
Yeah.
because I have been working. I used to work as an art teacher in the art college in Sudan, and then I came to England to work as an assistant cultural attaché, and then I've been called to Sudan to go back to head a department of culture, and then to be pushed into our office of the other secretary for culture and information. Then I was sent into jail because I've been suspected of having something to do with anti-government activities, which I was not, but it was worthwhile.
How long were you there for then, in
They
jail?
put me in for 6 months and 8 days.
Obviously, they didn't find anything
No,
against you.
not at all. No trial, nothing at all. But because they came, those who were on top, the governors, they were afraid themselves.
Yeah.
So they take as many as people, throw them in,
Yeah.
suspected of this and that and so on. And then they let you out and say, go home. So at that time,
Do you think that there is any parallel between that and what has happened, like just recently in China, where they've taken like Ai Weiwei?
the same story that happens to artists all over the place.
Yeah.
Because artists, though they don't say it verbally, but it appears in their work.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous lot.
Even if you don't give titles,
Absolutely. They know, they understand.
they understand what it means. But most of your work, basically you use your imagination a lot. And as you said in your video, it just comes through.
Yes, yes. I think I rely mostly on my subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
I just let go, and it comes out. When I was in jail, I learned something which is, for me, is quite valuable. It's the organic growth of a picture. So, and that's why I start with the nucleus in the center and let it grow by itself. In other words, the picture is controlling me and I'm not controlling it. And that's why it comes almost like a natural kind of birth of ideas that I have no control over at all. Later on, I see, that's why you saw me walking about, I see it like a stranger. Because sometimes I'm aware if I done this or someone else has done it.
The work is very profound, and obviously culture does influence one's work, even unconsciously.
No doubt. No doubt.
And you have a book there of the Arab Spring.
Yes.
That you did,
yes.
And they basically just have the one page open.
Yes, yes.
Have you been working on the recent political problems?
Actually, I was not feeling well at that time. I had a very strong attack of flu, and I was in bed in the house. Usually, because I'm in routine of working continuously, I don't stop working, as what is coming from within me is never letting me rest. So I started, a niece of mine gave me that notebook, and I found this has nice paper. And I got my pens, and I started drawing. As I hear, I look at television and see what was happening in Tunisia, in Cairo, in Libya, and so on. So it was a series of drawings. That whole thing is full. It has over 60 little works. It's just reflecting what I hear and what I see in telly about what's happening in the Arab world. And I was actually thinking about those who have been deposed and how they feel. And if you had a chance to turn all those pages, then you'll see what is happening. I had this sort of contradiction, this sort of difference. I usually sympathize naturally with the underdog.
Yeah.
So now that tyrant who was on top and oppressing everyone, now he is the underdog. And in a way, I'm sympathizing with him.
It's very interesting that I would say that the majority of artists sympathize with the underdog.
Yes.
And I think it's something that you always want to help.
Yes,
people
very much indeed.
Yeah.
Very much indeed. At large, I think the thing that really gets me and affects me very much indeed is when the people haven't got the chance to reach their ceiling, to reach their full potential, for no reason and no mistake on their part. That I feel for the poor people, the people that have not, and so on. And I do sympathize with them a great deal. I wish I could do something. I wish I could help. But the only way I know how is just to put it in paper or canvas.
It's very difficult to help if you see someone that needs help. You obviously give them a hand.
Yes.
But if there are thousands and thousands that are going through the same process, so it's very difficult to choose as
Precisely.
who. So I guess the best way is actually to produce a work that reflects what you would like to do for them.
Yes. But also, because I'm not basically a political animal, though I have my own political views about things.
And political background, you were in politics.
But I think how to solve the problem of the masses at large is something well beyond my reach.
But I think that artists are the ones that make a difference in every country.
I hope so.
Political life.
Yes.
Because if you have a small town that has no arts, it's basically dead in a way.
Yes.
I mean, that's how has been my feeling.
Yes.
But whenever artists move into that town, then everything starts to flourish.
Yes.
And it's to change. And I think that it's something to say about artists, the contributions that one makes.
And give them a bit of trouble, because artists stir the mind to widen your horizon.
Yeah.
And not just live on the animal aspect of eat, drink, copulate, and do this and that and so on. But you have other fields that makes a human being. And that could be worrying sometimes for some people.
Yes. What do you think, what is good art to you?
I think the art that has a message, direct message to others. Because I find that the artist has three entities to address. First of all is the self. Secondly, it's the others around the artist in his own society, in his own background, in his own culture, in his own heritage, from whom the artist has taken a great deal and has got to pay back something in return. The rest of it is all, that's a human being, wherever the human being might be, men, women, children, old people, young people, and so on. I think the good art is the artist or the artwork that can combine the three together, the self, the others, and all in one hit. And that has the message, which is something valuable that helps to build and to create the human community at a better level.
So in a way, it's art that has culture.
Definitely. Not only just culture, but has the background of the human experience altogether, and to have to understand what is happening to the human being throughout that process. I think also because when you take from the heritage or from the past, but give it a new face, that a new flavor, a new message, instead of repeating the past. If you repeat the past, it's dead, because it has well past its value, its utility value. But to be contemporary, to be there in time, to be in the present with your work, and never let it sort of repeat what's happening in the past. It has to be a new leaf on top of the old tree. It's a road you have to travel through torture, and to have the experience like anyone else. So you are one of them, so you're not just one of the elite.
Yes.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Is that a human being, a simple human being, going through the process of life and living itself, and keeping your stand, keeping your position, and absorbing what is happening, and then transforming it in a new form.
Yes.
That's what makes sometimes no longer have. For instance, now this is very first Lars retrospective exhibition I have, and I'm 82 years old, so I'm an old man. But I've been never worried. I'm just going through the experience of living and reacting to living itself in an easy way, that I accept what happens, no matter how horrible it might be. I accept it, I digest it, because this is the only way to liberate myself of it. Luckily, as you said, that if one has, during his own time, to have the message that he has delivered and understood. Because the problem sometimes that you deliver your message, but it's not understood, and not received.
Yeah.
If it gets received and understood, that's a blessing. It's something gives you, that doesn't do with money or wealth or whatever it might be. It's just the acceptance that you have a message you work through your life to produce. You present it to the other human beings, wherever they might be, within oneself, with the others, or with all. It's a wonderful feeling.